Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. There wasn't a Veda yesterday, I'm afraid, because I didn't have any internet. Monday's Veda will be going up, so by the time you see this you should have already seen the Veda for Monday. But I didn't see much point in making one yesterday. I know I could have made it and sort of stored it in the camera, but yeah, I made Veda Monday, came to upload it to find I had no internet. Anyway, the engineer came out today and sorted it out. It was a problem with the cable. He said that the cupboard had been pushed back and it had knocked the little cable clip out of the, broken it and broken the socket. I said, well, don't look at me, I says, because I can't move that cupboard, I said, there's no way I can, hoover underneath it, round it, past it. I said, because I have to wait while somebody comes that can move it for me before I hoover behind there. So the last time that somebody hoovered there was my daughter-in-law, and that was absolutely ages ago. Just shows how bad of a housekeeper I am. I hoover the bits that show. So I don't understand it, unless it's been broken for some time and just somehow it's wiggled its way loose. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not arguing. It's back and it's finished now. It's ready. I have not been doing an awful lot of crocheting, and I still haven't done the sewing of the bags because I had Gigi yesterday and his daddy's painting, so I thought, well, I've got no internet, so I couldn't even get distracted by Facebook, YouTube or anything. Couldn't watch the YouTube on my TV because it's linked to the internet, so it didn't work. So Gigi and I just spent a cuddle day yesterday, so not a lot got done really. I did finish off my shrug in the red. It's from the Caron crochet cake chain, and Lady Jane does not want to turn round. I don't know why. Are you wedged, dear? I didn't think I'd move the chairs, but one never knows. I think we've got a Mr. Nobody in here that's moving chairs. Anyway, as you can see, it's a bit bigger than the other one was. If I can move my hands out of the way. They don't stay on the shoulders of this mannequin. She's got no shoulders. I think I mentioned that before. So yeah, it's like the other one. It's got the sleeves, yeah, and there it is. I quite like it. It fits really nice, if I do say so myself. I made this one 2 inches bigger. What is wrong with you, Lady Jane? She's got her legs in a twist here. The other square was 40 inches square, before I did the sleeve bits, and this one I did to be 42 inches square, so that's why it's a little bit bigger. And the only thing I started last night, really, after Gigi had gone home, was a pattern. It's called Southern Hands, Grandma Throws a Curve. I think I actually had to buy this pattern, if I remember rightly. I don't think it was vastly expensive, but I did have to buy it. It's a granny square, but instead of, well, not a granny square, a granny stitch. But it's actually, oh, my hooks, I've left it in the middle of a row. Been interrupted because I had to go and see to Buddy. Woo. Now, why am I yawning again? I had to go and see to Buddy because his daddy had gone out, so there was nobody else in the house. So, if you can see it, it's got like wings, if you know what I mean. It's not flat, not straight. It doesn't look it here as I'm holding it up, but it does actually curve upwards. So it makes a different shape. When it's finished, it'll have bits that come further round, if you know what I mean. And the yarn that I'm using is one I've had for quite a while, but I think actually they do still do it. It's ice yarn and it's magic. And as usual, it doesn't have a name on it. Yes, Magic Light. As I say, I think they still do it, but you'd have to look on the Ice Yarn site and try and guess the colour, because it doesn't have one. They don't even have a colour number on it. They have a number on the outside of the package when you buy them, but that's it. And what it looks like, it's not long row, you know, like that one is, the gradient. Oh, excuse me. It's not gradient because it's different colours, isn't it? Gradient is when it fades from one colour to another, isn't it? You know, like shades of grey. Or is that ombre? I don't know the difference anyway. No, but this one comes out. But this one is actually reminds me of my holiday in Skiathos quite a few years ago now, because I crocheted a shawl in this colour while I was away. I'm sure it was this colour. And it looked really nice. And that was a granny stitch one, but it was a granny stitch ordinary triangle one that I fringed when I came back home. And I just kept on going because that's why it turned out to be such a super big shawl, because I'd only taken the one project with me. And so I was just happily crocheting and crocheting and crocheting on the beach, and I've got a yarn again. Oh, what is it about every time I turn this camera on I start to yarn? So I'd only took one project with me, not thinking I was going to get much done, and I just kept sitting there on the beach and on the boat trips and that, crocheting away. So it finished up to be an absolutely massive shawl. It was really pretty though. It had fringing on and everything. I don't think this will be that big. I will make it big enough though, because people do like them bigger. So what has been happening in my life apart from the internet breaking? Oh, my GP rung me. You know, I had to book an appointment with him because of my blood tests, and thinking, oh my God, what's gone on, what's gone wrong. I get a different doctor, you always do, don't you? And he said, why have you rung? And I said, I don't know. I said, you sent me a text message saying I had to ring you about blood test results. He went, oh yeah, he said, they're a bit high, he said, but seeing as you've just changed your medication, we can't really tell for another couple of months how you're doing with them. So he said, just make an appointment, get your bloods done in May or maybe June. So all this time, since last week when I got the letter, I've been thinking, oh my goodness, what's happened to me? You know, am I out of control? Well, I'm out of control, but you know what I mean. Is my blood pressure out of control? No, that was perfectly normal. Is my diabetes levels, my sugar levels out of control? No, they're just high, as normal. But nothing to worry about. So apart from that, nothing much has changed, really. No, it's really quite a boring Veda, this, isn't it? Seeing as I missed one yesterday. I did have more to tell you, but you know, I told you the washing machine brain, it's washed out already. And I can't think what else I've got to tell you. Oh, I solved my problems with the fat fingers and the phone. I've got one of those pen things now with like a little rubber end on it. And I just go doot 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 doot, and it types messages beautiful without my little fat fingers typing about 3 letters at once. So people are getting like, oh my goodness, what is wrong with me? Every time I sit in front of this camera lately, I start to yawn. So people are not getting weird messages from me anymore, weird text messages. My other phone was great. I used to press this little thing and I could speak into it and it used to type it for me, and that was absolutely great. But the phone didn't work most of the time, so it wasn't worth keeping the phone for that app, if you know what I mean, when the rest of it was driving me potty. So I've got an older phone that belonged to my son now, but it doesn't have a lot of the sort of, well, it does have predictive text, but I don't know who does the predictive text, because when you write you, it writes HOU, and you can't get it to not do it. you delete it and write you again and it changes it to who. And I don't mean who as in WHO, I mean who as in HOU. So, and it does another thing with weird words, so I thought, no, I'll take the predictive text off. I know it'll take me longer to send a message, but I'd rather people got the message at the end I'm sending rather than some weird one that's got all these spelling mistakes that don't make any sense. Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry about this. I don't know what's gone wrong with me. I didn't sleep too well last night, so that's probably why. You know, I was missing my daily dose of Facebook. And emails, I had 165 emails to look at. I still haven't looked at half of them. So, yeah, I'm even more behind now with watching my videos of people that I watch. And the Vedas, I'm even more behind. Because, you know, I didn't have any internet. Surprising how much you don't realise how long you're on Facebook or how much you're on social media. I mean, I'm not one that's glued to it, but I must admit, I was like, what do I do now? There's nothing much on the TV I want to watch. What do I do now? I tried reading, but I kept falling asleep. And I tried crocheting and I kept falling asleep, so I think I must need something to stimulate my brain when I'm crocheting, you know, to keep me going. I keep saying, you know. Very bad habit, that. It's like, isn't it? My dad used to tell me off for that. Who is this you keep talking about? So I try to watch what I say and not say too many things like, you know. Because it must be really irritating for the person on the other end who's watching the videos thinking, how many times she said that? Yeah. I find I'm doing that in some people's videos. If they say a word a lot of times, I find that instead of watching the video, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm like, she used that word 40 something times in a half-hour video. So I'm thinking, I hope nobody does that with me. Counts every time I go, you know. Oh, dear, dear. Well, it's not actually raining today, although it's dull and it's miserable. It's not exactly the best day in the world. And it's cold. It's cold. We get one lovely, gorgeous day, sunny day, and you think, ah, it's here. Spring is here. And then about the day after you wake up and you need your sweater on because it's freezing. You could never lay your clothes out the day before what you were going to put on. Because you just freeze to death on some days and go absolutely too hot on other days, you know. Like having long sleeves on, like today. I would have been too hot the other day when it was nice and sunny. But of course today I'm not even warm enough with this on, even though I've got my tights on. Well, leggings, tights, whatever you want to call them. I call them tights because they've got no feet in, but footless tights. Because this is one of the shorter dresses, I don't know what they call them. They have a name for them when they're short, don't they? It's not party dress or tennis dress, it's something short. I just call them a short dress. Which I don't normally wear unless I wear them with trousers or with these thick tights. Because I don't have any leggings. I suppose you could call these leggings because they're quite thick. But, no, I don't like wearing leggings unless everything's covered up and my top comes down to my knees, yeah? Because I'm a bit funny that way. Don't like all my bits being on show. Or in my case, my lots being on show. Don't want my bottom to be seen by anybody. Other than my doctor, specialist, gynecologist. They're the only people who are allowed to see my bottom. Well, I think this is very boring, isn't it? Because there's nothing else for me to say. My tickets for Woolfest came, I think I told you that. My badges for Woolfest are here. My new shears have arrived. The pinking shears arrived the other day, and the shears arrived today. And what else arrived? Oh, my little pens for using for my texting. They came today. But yesterday, just some wooden buttons came that I'd ordered forever ago from China. You know, they take that long to come from China. You've forgotten what you've ordered, haven't you? But they have their uses because the buttons are reasonably cheap. You know, so I tend not to order them when I want them. I tend to order them and have them in stock, because wooden buttons always come in handy. If you can't find the right colour or something like that for your cardigans, sweaters, it's always handy to keep wooden ones in, light coloured ones, dark coloured ones, whatever. If in doubt, put a... Oh my goodness, I probably drove you all off to sleep now. Yeah, if in doubt, put on a glass button or a wooden one. That's what you can do, isn't it? You can't match the colour up. So, anyway, it's a short video, but I'm going to go because my eyes are going really heavily. Not really heavily, really heavy. I'm just tired. I told you before, I don't think my CPAP machine is working properly, because I'm waking up really so tired. And while I was waiting for the engineer to come, you know, for the computer, I was high in the chair. I thought, luckily he didn't come when I was having one of my noddy bits. He came when I was having my dinner. My lunch, I should say, not my dinner. Haven't decided what I'm having for dinner today, although it will include salad, because I've got some salad that's got to be eaten by today. Ready prepared. I know it's a lazy way of doing it, but I cannot stand with my hands in cold water chopping things up. No. Not. And if I buy a full lettuce by the time I've eaten the other, you know, part of the lettuce, the other one has gone slimy, you know, because I've not ate it fast enough. So I tend to buy the easy way, the easy option, you know, the bag of everything mixed up together. And I know my friends go, oh, you're paying over the odds for that. You should buy it like this and then wash it and that. And I'm going, nah. It isn't any cheaper for me because I finish up throwing away half a lettuce anyway. So it's just as simple to buy just a bag of mixed lettuce and just use it when I need it, yeah. So, having said all that, I'm sure there must be much, much more I need to tell you, but I can't remember. I bought 2 patterns off Etsy the other day, and when they arrived, the patterns pictures are so small, and it's my pet hate, little tiny writing all squashed up. So I got on the computer and I put the picture up, and I turned it upside down, because you crochet from the top down. Turned it upside down and zoomed it in so I could see the stitches, so I know what I'm aiming at, yeah. Zoomed it in, then found I couldn't save it because obviously the computer wasn't working. So I took a photograph of it with my camera. I thought, well, there's a will, there's a way. The second one was the same. Little tiny picture like that, so you couldn't see the definition of the stitch. No graph on either one of them. So hopefully now I've got a close-up photograph. If I go wrong, I can have a look at the photo. Because I'm a visual person. I don't like working from graphs completely, but I do like to look at the graph to see whether what I've read is what it's supposed to be. And I haven't, because obviously I misread the other. Because where I was having 1 loop, I should have had 2. But it was confusingly written. That's all I'll say about them. That's probably one reason why I'm not showing them you. I might show them you later, if I carry on and finish them. But I did undo it, and I started the shawl instead, because I wasn't in the mood yesterday for, you know, looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down. I really wanted to chart to check that it was okay. But now I've got my own blown up photo, so I should be okay to start it again. If I can't get the first row right, it just throws the whole thing off. And I just couldn't get the first row right. Well, second row right, I should say. See, it happens to me. You'll think I'm this wonderful, wonderful crocheter who gets everything right, and I don't. There are some times when I'm not in the mood, I'm tired, the writing is not that clear on my pattern, and my brain's going, I don't understand you, I don't understand you. If I put it down, if I pick it up another day, I'll probably think, ah, that's what they meant. I think it's fatal to try and sort out a pattern if you're not 100% and you're a bit tired. I think it's best to leave it until the following day. Because I was just getting more and more angry, and the further up I was going, the more I realised it was wrong. Because if you don't get it set right from the row 1, then you might as well give up, you know, because it'll never go right further up. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to get me crochet, put me dinner on, or tea, or whatever you want to call it, my evening meal, and hopefully do a bit more on this. I've got about half ball left of the first ball. I reckon it'll take about 3 to do it. I've got 4, so I reckon it'll take about 3 to make a decent size shawl. And they're 100 grams. As I say, I can't remember how much it was. I'm sure it was under $2 a ball, but then you've got your postage on as well. I'm going to have to start writing the prices on the outside of the packets again like I used to do. I used to have a roll of sticky, you know, the rolls, you know, the sticky labels that you're supposed to type addresses on. I used to have a roll of those, and I used to rip a piece off and stick it on with the price of the, because I always had the price of the postage on with the yarn. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's only cost me £1 something a ball, and they don't add the postage on. So if they're going to use it in a project or something, then they're not being true, are they, really? Because if they've had to pay quite a lot of postage, then I'm sorry, but they need to add it onto the cost of their raw materials, because it's what I've paid for. They've paid for the wool, isn't it? What I've paid for this yarn isn't whatever it says on the web page. It might say $1.30 or something. But by the time the postage is gone out, it's gone over £2 a ball. But it's still similar to what I would pay in the UK, and the colours are so pretty, so that's the reason why. Although, as I've mentioned several times in the past, I am not buying any more yarn till I've crocheted more of it. But that's only until the next bargain comes past my eyeballs, and I'm going, ooh, like a kid in a sweet shop, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm never going to get anything finished if I don't start crocheting on my, so I'm going to go put my dinner in the oven now. And I'm very, very sorry about the Veda 10, was it? That shall be forever missing. Hope you'll excuse me. But it was circumstances beyond my control. I did not have any internet. So hopefully I will see you tomorrow. So bye now.